Hey guys, Kristen LEAKE here. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about health, tech, and topics to empower you to live the life that you want to live. Today I want to talk about how you can wake up every morning feeling motivated and productive and healthy. And this isn't some like hack, unless, I don't know, you like hacks, then yeah, we can call this a hack. And it pretty much is developing a morning ritual. And if you're not really into that sort of thing, if it sounds too like self-development, self-help stuff, like just think of it as defining your morning routine and doing it on a regular basis. These are just some tips you can do. I'm not gonna force you to do them, but I highly recommend them. So the first thing is what I'm sure you expect me to say is to wake up early. Yes, wake up early. If you are typically someone who's waking up and immediately hopping in a shower and then hopping in your clothes and hopping into the car, this is something that may be a little difficult for you if you like to sleep as late as possible. But trust me, like if you wake up and every day feeling rushed or stressed out, this is something you need to do. Waking up allows you to spend more time focusing on you, doing the things that you're most passionate about, doing things that just get you in a excited, happier mental state, because you're not focused on what needs to be done. You're not focused on the to-do list. You're focusing on yourself. And you're gonna be more calm as well. And it just makes a huge difference. So I recommend, well, I guess it depends on what type of work you do, but I prefer to get up at 6 a.m. every morning. Obviously that fluctuates depending on what's going on in my life, but I like to have at least 2 solid hours to myself. If waking up 2 hours earlier is a lot for you, then start with 30 minutes and then only do 1 or 2 of the tips I suggest, and then just build it up over time. Then do 45 minutes earlier, an hour earlier, to where you can get to where you do 2 to 3 hours before it's time for you to get your get your life on, whatever you do. The second thing I recommend doing, which is personal to me, and I don't hear, oh no, I've heard a couple people say this. It's make your bed. And I know it sounds kind of cheesy, kind of like I'm telling you to do a daily chore, but making your bed is so easy to do, but it's also easy not to do, especially when you are in a rush. And the fact that you complete an easy task first thing in the morning is gratifying because it's a sense of accomplishment. It doesn't matter how small the task is. Once you complete it and you see it's done and you can move on to something else, it creates a sense of accomplishment, like I said. For me, and I'm sure many other people, to be productive, it's like a snowball effect. You do the smallest thing and then it gets you motivated to do something else and something else and something else. So I want you to try making your bed 7 days in a row and see how that makes you feel. And don't make your bed and be like, oh, I feel no different, Kristen. Like, make your bed and try other things I mentioned in this video, but by the end of the week, think about how it's impacted your morning and your emotional state. The third thing I want you to do is drink water. Not just a couple sips, but a glass. If you can do 2 glasses, that would be amazing. And I'm not telling you to do this because you should drink more water. I'm telling you this because you sleep for 6 to 9 hours, however long you typically sleep for, and when you do that, you're fasting. Like unintentionally fasting, you're not eating any food, you're not consuming any liquids. And so when you wake up in the morning, every single day, your body is the most dehydrated when you wake up in the morning. And so if you want energy, if you want to feel good and lively, you need to get your hydration back. Definitely do that. Another way to wake up motivated and productive and just be healthy is to feed your mind. And I know not everyone's a book lover like I am, but you don't have to just sit down and read a book. You can listen to audiobooks. You can use Audible or even see audiobooks on YouTube and listen to that on your commute to work while you're driving. It does not have to be like a huge chore, a big task, you know? Plenty of people actually read only 10 pages, maybe 10 minutes a day, and you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, and it isn't a lot, and you can do it in no time. But as easy as that sounds, and I'm sure you may dismiss it as like, that's not a big deal, how's that going to help me? But think about it. If you read 10 pages for an entire month, so 30 days, that's 300 pages you've read. So that's like a book and a half, depending on what the size book that you're reading. In a month, that's fantastic. And especially if you read something motivating, or if you read about a person that you look up to, someone who's successful, you learn about their lives and what they did to achieve what they did. It's just really helpful. Or if you're like me, like I've been really obsessed with finances, trying to improve my finances, because that's not something I've been taught. It just motivates me and reminds me of my goals when I read books about that. So I'm talking more nonfiction. I'm not talking about fiction books, which are completely fine. I like fiction books too. I typically do that more of a leisurely thing. But in the morning, you want to feed your mind with knowledge, with motivation. The next thing, second to last thing I recommend that you do is to write. There's multiple ways to do this. Like I use the 5-minute journal, which is awesome because it reminds you to just to do exercises like showing gratitude for things in your life. It gets you to think of the top 3 things that you need to accomplish for today and things like that. But you don't have to do that. I also sometimes just free write. I write about how I want my day to be. You know, I write what's on my mind. I write what's bothering me. Things like that. Just getting that on paper makes all the difference, and you should try that out too. Lastly, move your body. You want to exercise. Like even if you're not big on exercising, just go for a walk outside. Do like 30 push-ups, 30 crunches, 30-second planks. Do something to just get your body moving, to get those feel-good endorphins, to create the clarity and to burn calories, to increase your energy. And if you are someone who's trying to get healthier, exercising first thing in the morning is incredible, because when you exercise, it reminds you of those fitness goals, and then you're more mindful of your eating. At least that is for me. So when I exercise in the morning, I'm more conscious of my eating habits. But if I don't do it, sometimes I'm more susceptible to eating foods I don't typically eat. And when you feel good after working out, you want to keep that feeling good going. So those are some of the benefits besides the high energy and just being good for your body. So those are a number of things I recommend that you do in the morning to feel motivated, healthy, and productive every single day. And I really hope you try out at least one thing from this list. Try it out for a week and see what you think. It's really made a huge difference in my life, and I'm trying to nail down to do specifically. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below of what you like to do in the mornings. What's your morning ritual if you have one? What's your routine? And I will talk to you next video. Bye guys.